Miss Berry, a year's worth of therapy because you got a lot of deep issues over there.
And I'm okay with that, though. But what about what he needs? Aren't you going to do anything about him, please?
He's going to go home and get drunk and not care.
As soon as she saw Courtney walking to the strip club where she worked, Evelyn knew she had to have him, and she quickly accomplished her mission. Now, 5 years after walking down the aisle, Evelyn says the relationship is stripped of all the happiness it once held.
She has a huge drinking problem. She had to have her stomach pumped
because
from drinking too much.
Alcohol toxicity?
I'm not going to lie. I do have a drinking problem. I'm not lying. He does too, but he's lying. He said he doesn't have one. He has a drinking problem too. My arm is broken as a result of our drinking.
Do you have a drinking problem too?
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
Can Evelyn and Courtney fix their marriage, or will this be their last dance?
Here's reasonable and rational. Here's upset.
No, it's true.
Here's crazy. You right about here. You know what I mean? Just right under there.
Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Evelyn Berry and Courtney Berry. Mr. and Mrs. Berry, you have been married 5 years to one another. You do not want to be married anymore. You do have some financial issues you would like me to resolve, but before we do that, I would like to start with you, Mrs. Berry. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
Thank you. Your Honor, we've been married for 5 years, and for the past 5 years, we've had so many fights. We've been so mean to each other. We pretty much are at our end, and we came here today to ask you to help us to resolve this marriage and continue so we can both move forward. One of our biggest issues is our 9-year age difference.
You're 9 years older than him.
Correct. I'm going to be 40 in October.
Oh, okay. To me, that's not a big age difference. I gotta say that. But why don't you tell me what you see as the problem with that age difference?
Well, when we're together, like, he feels like he's the better catch. Like, you know, whenever you're the younger one, you always feel like you're the better catch. And we were in a hotel room. This is, for instance, we had sexual intercourse in a hotel room together. This is when we first met. We hadn't even been married. And right afterwards, not even 5 minutes afterwards, he took a phone call from one of his exes in the hotel room, right in front of me, and began to talk.
Had you been dating a while?
Not very long, but still, I mean, maybe 2 weeks, but still. I still feel like that was really disrespectful, and I think that if I was younger and he thought I was a better catch, he wouldn't have done that.
No, that didn't have anything to do with your age. It had to do with 14 days, and he was running around, and you gave it up too soon. That's what that was.
Well, I mean,
young and ridiculous. You had people on the phone. Somebody could have called you.
I would not have taken the call, Your Honor. I would have had respect. I would have had respect for the person that
didn't have anything to do with your age. That had to do with him being tacky.
And immature. Very immature.
And immature too. I will give you that.
For me, the age issue isn't an issue. The real issue is the drinking. That's the huge issue.
Well,
no.
All right, so for me, I like an older woman. You know, they know what they want, and there's no...
Why do you keep looking at her? Are you worried? Did you gonna get in trouble or something? Look at me.
All right,
you're all grown up. It's okay.
Yeah, so I don't mind that she's older. It's not a problem for me. The big issue is the drinking problem. She has a huge drinking problem.
Give me a couple of incidents that would lead me to believe alcohol is a problem for her.
She had to have her stomach pumped.
Because
from
she had
drinking.
Alcohol toxicity?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you land in the hospital?
I'm not going to lie. I do have a drinking problem. I'm not lying. He does too, but he's lying. He said he doesn't have one. He has a drinking problem too.
Well, do you have a drinking problem too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why didn't you say so?
He didn't really lie, Mrs. Berry. He just failed to mention it, is what happened. So that's where we were there. So both of you drink too much. We got that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is that how y'all met, drinking?
I wasn't drunk the night I met him. I had 2 months of sobriety under my belt.
Were you drunk?
Yeah.
My arm is broken as a result of our drinking.
How'd that happen?
Well, in 2011, September, we went out drinking together, and we started to get drunk, and I saw someone who looked like it could be the mother of somebody he dated before. So I started like having a conversation with her, and I was just drunk, and he said, let's go home. And I started thinking about his exes, and we started fighting. He's trying to leave, and we're fighting, and he fell on top of me and broke my arm. I mean, it wasn't like on purpose.
So you two were drunk and fighting?
Yeah.
Because you were talking to someone who looked like they might be the mother of someone he used to date. Did I get that right?
Which totally wasn't the person.
That's not the point. The point is that...
But it is the point.
No, the point is that...
It is the point.
The point is that person reminded me of that person, and the reason why that person keeps on upsetting me is because that person still calls him when we were already married, and he still takes her calls.
Do you know who that person is? Let's not call a name. Just
I'm
say,
not
do you
saying
know who
that person's name. I'm saying
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Do you know who that person is?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still messing around with that person?
Heck no.
Were you ever messing around with that person while you were married to this person?
No, I haven't.
Ask him how much money he sent her while we were together.
Did you send that person money while you were married to her?
Not while I was married to her.
Oh, you keep looking at her. It's very hard. Does she have anger issues?
Huge anger issues. She has mood swings too.
Who wouldn't, Your Honor, with this behavior?
I think he looks at you because he doesn't know what's going to set you off. Here's reasonable and rational. Here's upset.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Here's crazy. You right about here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just right under there.
When divorce court continues, what set Evelyn off and drove her to extremes?
Bam! He gets a slap. Of course he does. Because...
Divorce isn't easy. If you want to share your story, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Divorce Court is back with a case of Evelyn Berry, who says the 9-year age difference between her and her husband is ruining their marriage. But is that the real reason this marriage is in a downward spiral? How long did you know her before you married her?
Maybe a month.
Really?
I'm not in denial about my anger. I'm not in denial about any of the issues he has with me. He's the one in denial about the issues I have with him.
So tell me what issues he doesn't recognize that you have with him.
Okay, first of all, when we go out together, okay, we'll be in a bar, for instance. Well, this is a bad example, but that's where this happens, is we're in a bar, and a girl will come out of nowhere. We'll just be spending time together in our little bubble, which I like to be in. And here comes a girl out of nowhere, and hi, Courtney, blah, 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 hi, remember me? And Courtney's just like acting like he doesn't know her. So I'm like, oh, okay, this girl's just being disrespectful and rude, so I'm gonna have to go deal with this. So I'm like, go away, please. We're having our time, go away, nobody knows you, nobody wants to talk to you. And then she's, I still want to talk to him. He does know me. So it's like, do you know her? Oh, yeah, I know her. Why didn't you say so then? Bam, he gets a slap. Of course he does. Because he could have just said from the beginning, yeah, I know her, and he could have also told her to leave us alone. But no, instead, he makes me argue with her and look stupid. And then, so of course I slapped him, and of course I get kicked out of the bar.
Well, I'm just trying to avoid the problem. I'm sitting there like this, stepping on eggshells.
No, Your Honor. So you can avoid the problem by dealing with her right away and say, look, stupid girl, whoever you are, go away. That's all. That's how you deal with it. He could have done that.
See what I have to deal with?
No. He could have.
How long did you know her before you married her?
Probably, say, maybe a month.
Really?
2 months.
Miss Berry, is that how you recall it?
We got married on August 20th. We met in June 26th.
And you were drunk half the time?
I was not, Your Honor. I was not, Your Honor. He was. I was not.
You were sober?
I was sober.
When did you fall off the wagon?
When I got to him, yeah, of course. How can a recovering alcoholic? No, I don't blame him for being an alcoholic. But I definitely, if I was going to have any success with recovery from that, to be with another alcoholic is not probably going to be the chances of having
what should I do?
But that kind of was your call, though, wasn't it? I mean, he didn't hide that he was an alcoholic.
Oh, no, he did. He did. He hid it. He didn't say he had a problem.
When I met you, I was drinking.
No,
How did I hide it?
No, but just because he was drinking didn't mean he was an alcoholic. Later on, I found out all
When
the
did you meet him?
I met him at a club where I was working. Well, it was a strip club.
Yeah, you gotta work.
Yeah. I didn't have to do that, but that's what I was doing. I mean, I'm not going to be one of those people that says, oh, I had to do that. No, I was doing it. It's what I chose.
Was the choice to be in an alcohol flooded environment a wise one?
I was in recovery and I was doing well, and what set me off, what made me go backwards, wasn't my job, it was our relationship and the insecurity.
What made you go backwards was that you were still working there at the time.
That's not why.
If we took alcohol out of the equation altogether, let's just
pretend we don't have alcohol.
Fine, no alcohol involved, what would you say are the primary problems in this relationship?
The way he treats me in public. When we go out in public together, he does not like to introduce me to people. He is ashamed of me when we go out, and this is me sober now. This isn't me drunk.
How does he show you that he's ashamed?
Well,
what does
for
he
instance,
do?
he's very selective of who he introduces me to. If I go to his workplace, he'll introduce me to someone who's unattractive or heavy set. We're talking about females. Unattractive or heavy set, no problem. He'll introduce me to. Older women, he'll introduce me to. Cute, young, will not introduce me. Will not. He will go out of his way to avoid those people. And when I ask him about it, he says, oh, you're just exaggerating.
So what do you think? He doesn't introduce you to women that he likes?
No, I think, well, one thing he could like them, but I think the real thing is that he doesn't want a woman that is younger and attractive to see his wife and see, oh my gosh, look, that's his wife. Like, oh my gosh, she's got like an older wife. And then he'll be embarrassed. He might want that girl to think he has a hot wife. Because if he has a hot wife, then, you know, maybe she'll give him more attention because girls are that way. You know, they like to compete.
Do you have a mirror at home?
Not since I've been with him, Your Honor.
Oh. You need to get a mirror and
Your
look
Honor,
in it.
Your Honor,
you are absolutely, I mean,
no,
you're hot.
Your Honor.
I don't know what, I don't see what you're seeing.
So are you. You're hot too, Your Honor, but I'll tell you one thing. If you get married to him, you will not be hot. You will not be hot.
When Divorce Court continues, Judge Lynn discovers the real reason this marriage is failing.
That is your problem right there. There it is. Period. End of story. Do you believe Evelyn's self-esteem issues stem from how Courtney treats her? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Courtney Berry, who says his wife's drinking problem has led to the demise of his marriage. But can Judge Lynn's advice get this marriage back on track?
I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm trying to give you power. Tell me what you see as far as her self-esteem over time.
It's definitely depleted. Her confidence is depleted.
Do you think that has anything to do with you?
I think it has a lot to stem with the alcohol problem.
Oh my God, you see how we know? No, Your Honor, absolutely not.
Ms. Berry, let me ask you this. You say you chose to be a stripper.
Oh, that was before I met him. That has nothing to do with him.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with him.
No, I'm trying to go deeper. Do you feel good about yourself then?
I think it was more like other people are the ones that make you feel bad. It's not like how you feel. Like it's like someone else's opinion on it could make me feel bad. I don't feel bad about it.
That's your problem right there. There it is. Period. End of story. You decide how you're going to feel about yourself based upon others' perception of you. You have to be able to believe in yourself. No matter everybody in the world, in the room, can be pointing at you and say you're ugly, you nothing, and you still be okay because you know who you are. You're depending on other people to give you your self-worth, and that'll never ever work out. It'll never ever work out. Because there's always going to be people who are younger and prettier and smarter and more capable and more educated than you. And if you sit there and have to have the rest of the world tell you, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay, you'll never be okay because the world ain't going to do that for you.
That's absolutely true. And the rest of the world can hate me, but my husband better love me.
You know what? Your husband drinks too much. And people who drink too much don't make really good decisions. And you're asking him to fill a void that he can't fill. I think that you got so much going on up here about about what you need and what you want and how you don't feel good about yourself, I don't think he can fix it. I don't think he has the capacity to do it.
I just want to get back to where I was 5 years ago. I just want that person back in my life, me.
He can't. You got to do that. He can't do it.
Well, then, but it seems like he stole that person away from me.
He didn't steal it. You gave it to him. I'm not trying to make you mad. I'm trying to.
No, you're not making me mad.
I'm trying to give you power. See what I'm saying?
I'm
trying to say.
So I gave him too much power, pretty much. I gave him everything.
You were looking
at
him for your image of yourself. You can never do that. You get married, you hand him a whole person, but you stay that whole person. You don't just let go and say, now I will determine my worth by how you feel about me.
I just wish I could. I hear it, but I wish I could feel it, and I wish I could live it.
When divorce court continues, should Courtney have to pay the price for making Evelyn quit her job?
She's saying she gave up her job for you.
Yeah.
She started messing up at her job because of you, that she can't go back to her job without $3,000, and she also needs a jump start on the rent. Tell me why you shouldn't have to pay those things. Do you believe Evelyn's self-esteem issues stem from how Courtney treats her? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
Divorce court returns with the case of Evelyn and Courtney Berry, who met at a strip club and now are divorcing after 5 years.
You want $6,300 from him.
Yes,
$3,000 that you have to pay to go back to stripping, which I do not understand, but you're going to explain it to me.
Okay, Your Honor, when I
And
met...
hang on. And $3,300 for 3 months' rent and $1,100 per month. Now, you tell me why you need $3,000 to go back to stripping.
Okay, first of all, Your Honor, when I met him, I started not calling into work, not going into work. And then I told my boss, you know what, I'm not even going to come back here. I'm going to quit this job. And I'm going to just be with him, and I'm not going to come back here. And my boss told me, he said, he is not going to take care of you. He said, when you decide to come back, and I know you're going to be back, and when you come back, you're going to have to pay $3,000 if you want to work here again. That's what he told me.
Oh, you can go strip someplace
I
else.
have gone other places, Your Honor. I have gone other places, but that place, I put in a lot of time there, and I don't want to just go somewhere else and have to start all over again somewhere else at another place where I don't have no clientele, and there's no money to make. It's one of the best places to work, this place where I'm talking about.
Ms. Berry, I feel for you. I like you. I'm worried about you. I think that, a year's worth of therapy, just because you got a lot of deep issues over there.
And I'm okay with that, though. But I'm not embarrassed that I need therapy. That's fine. That's fine. But what about what he needs? Aren't you going to do anything about him? Please?
He's going to go home and get drunk and not care.
Can I just get the money, though?
Can I just tell you about...
Would you like to respond about why? She's saying she gave up her job for you.
Yeah.
She started messing up at her job because of you, that she can't go back to her job without $3,000, and she also needs a jump start on the rent. Tell me why you shouldn't have to pay those things.
Well, first of all, her going back to that job is just going to make her life a mess.
Who cares?
Even more.
That's my problem.
Yeah, it is your problem.
So why not just give me the money so I can do that, and then I don't have to bother you anymore?
Yeah, well, you should just get another job.
Who's
and
the
move on with your
primary
life.
breadwinner in this relationship?
Right now? No, that's the only thing
right
because he
now.
made it that way.
How much do you make a month?
I make like a couple grand a month. Maybe
Couple grand a month?
Yeah.
Listen, I think you need therapy. I really do.
I know.
And I want you to go and get it, and I want you to go in there with the mindset that you need to change and that the world doesn't need to change, but you need to change. The world ain't right. The world ain't never going to be right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for people to be right, just give up, because it's not going to happen. And I think you're entitled to some transitional support.
Yes, thank you.
So I will give you $500 a month for the next 5 months to give you a start. It's all I can do for you.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I can do for you. $2,500 in favor of Ms. Berry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
One of the huge things I learned since being on the show was how to be an open communicator with her and really feel what she's saying. Since I've been sober for 2 months, I really feel again.
Thank you also for all the help you gave me, all the counseling and all the advice. Going inward and searching for the reasons why I hurt myself and why I hurt others was very important.